And now, here's the real deal.
We have a mission to further the noble cause of intergalactic peace.
There's no point in doing a show like this unless you're going to talk about personal things.
I'm not really going to get into the details of anything.
Portions of the following program have been pre-recorded. It's the Outlaw Dave Showcase. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Outlaw Dave Showcase. Each and every Saturday right here on KPRC Radio. We record these shows bi-monthly live in front of an audience at the House of Blues downstairs in the Restaurant and Grill on the Voodoo stage. Each and every week on the air, musicians, songwriters, interpretive dancers, mimes. Okay. Maybe not the mimes part. An exciting show for you tonight. The guest on the Outlaw Dave Showcase is such a guest of such a stature that it is necessary for me to have not one but two co-hosts to interview this young man that has been accosted by ladies since we arrived in the House of Blues tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Smilin Shelly Kidwell and Taylor Munnerlyn from 91.1 The Boss. Jordan Snow is our guest.
Yes.
And Jordan, not only do you have your own project, but you're a part of a couple other different projects, some of note, some of yet to be discovered with our Google search later this evening after listening to the program. I'm referencing Dotted Eyes, and we'll get to that. You're in Surrender Stella, and you guys just got signed, I think, at the end of last year?
Yes. The Blackheart single came out in the end of 2019.
How's it doing?
It's doing good. We're getting on some charts here and there, and I think we're on one in Australia at one point, and
now, how big does that have to get before you start planning a tour to Australia and New Zealand?
That's not up to me. That's up to the label.
Some of my friends, back in the day, they were like, man, dude, we're really big in Sweden. and every year for 4 days, they fly to Sweden and they play 3 gigs, and they loved it. But Australia, that's more of a commit. Boy, this is too much. Jordan's, you don't like doing interviews, do you?
I prefer to give them than to be on the other end.
So you interview people?
I do. I just started a tiny room series for the Flight Concert Series.
It's called Flight
Concert Series. It's a traveling concert series. We just had a show in Austin at Scratch House with Mohawk bands. Millie and Birdie is from the UK. They came over to do it. A few other bands. Royal Knaves was one.
Here's one for you. Tay Munnerlyn here. We call her Taylor Flav. She is going to star in the brand new video from Hold On Hollywood movies. It's part of the Love Stories album that's coming out. Just came out, I think. Mm-hmm. And so you can interview her. All right, Jordan. But back to you. So you have a side project out?
Yes. So I've got some originals. I just recorded a song called Atmosphere that I'll be playing along with some of my other originals. I'll feature some of the songs from Undotted Eyes. That was a project I did with my friend Sewa Grass, and we're kind of on and off. She'll get really busy with work, and then we'll just kind of do stuff here and there. And then obviously Surrender Stella, like we talked about.
Undotted Eyes, the project now, is that still not an operational thing?
It's been on and off through the years. We've known each other our whole lives. So,
who's part of that?
My friend Sarah Grew. She goes by Sewa Grass.
I love her.
She has an amazing voice. She's super talented. And I'm just always like, yo, let's make more music together. But life commitment happens, so
I don't know.
She's one of my best friends, actually. Sawa.
So what did he mean about life commitments?
She just has a lot of different things going on.
Works
throughout
2
family
jobs.
And stuff, and works 2 jobs.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Taylor, if you were going to interview Jordan Snow, which he's obviously interviewing you, if you were going to interview Jordan, what would you talk about? Would you talk about Undotted Eyes, or would you talk about this really exciting road in front of them with Surrender Stella?
I would probably do what I'd love to ask actual artists. My first question I love to ask them is what it is that got you into music in the first place.
Okay.
I love to focus on the
Good
artist.
question. That's a good question.
Well, music, me and both my brothers play music because it's been something that's been really encouraged by my parents. Neither of them really do music all that much, but they really enjoy it. I did piano lessons when I was like 5, but I wasn't that into it because I was very twitchy and my teacher wanted me to have great posture. But then when I was in 4th grade, both me and my brother got really into drums, so we got a drum set for Christmas and I started taking lessons. And then from there I did percussion in school, middle school, and drumline in high school, and started picking up guitar about halfway through high school, writing some of my own songs. And that's about the time I kind of started suffering from anxiety and depression a bit, which, like, music is kind of like my drug. Like, I don't really drink or do drugs, but that's really what it's like escapism, this thing. You kind of get in a zone.
Right.
I actually, around the same time that I started playing drums, when I was in 4th grade, I found out I got diagnosed with Tourette syndrome. And so, like, I talked about how I was twitchy as a kid. And
that's why he looked uncomfortable when we said no cussing. Remember,
Yeah,
it's radio.
he's like,
oh.
This would be a hard one.
yeah, nobody gave me warning, so I'm sitting here biting my tongue.
Hey,
You're doing awesome.
It's easier, right, if you don't have to worry about it ahead of time and just spring it on you. And we have a delay, so if you accidentally cuss, we'll just
Dump it.
yeah, unless I forget, and then
I'll remind you.
Yeah, there you go.
Shelly's on it.
Yeah, man.
Somebody's got to clean up this mess.
Name of my sex tape.
Me
Shelly's
throwing
on
the
it.
dolphin noise for those videos. Oh my god.
My
Let's hear it.
when your exit music is elegantly wasted, maybe not the best harbinger of things to come. Shelly, you look fantastic tonight.
Thanks, man.
Taylor, as always, you are radiant.
Totally.
Jordan, I'm excited about what's laying in front of you with Surrender Stella. I'm already familiar with that body of work, and I'm excited about that. I wasn't familiar with Undotted Eyes, so I'm looking forward to seeing that tonight and knowing that you've got solo stuff coming up, a couple of solo shows. In fact, I think you're going to be at Tune Out Cancer coming up at the end of February. Then you've got a set that you're doing, is it in April? Out in Denton, Texas, up at the University of North Texas, and then there's another date coming up. I want to say maybe in May out at Acadia.
I will be.
You're gonna be hosting that.
That's at the Bohemians. The
Bohemians, and of course with Surrender Stella, you're going to be out at BFE coming up in March 23. Right now, you're coming up on the Voodoo stage of the House of Blues on an Outlaw Dave Show. Case.
There's a doings that transpiring.
We can't air that.
One of the most provocative interviews ever put on tape.
How do I know you guys aren't going to chop it up later and make me look like an idiot?
Can you understand why I drink at night?
This is the Outlaw Dave Show on KPRC 950.